Sectional Tuesday. It'll be an all Big Rivers Conference matchup between the Eau Claire North Huskies, 16-11 overall, North the number 6 seed in this postseason bracket, against the top-seeded Hudson Raiders. Defending sectional champs, Hudson comes in with a record of 21-6. Hello again, everybody. I'm Bob Bradovich, joined in the booth for a second straight game by Chris Conley. Chris, we saw the North Huskies with a big-time rally to knock out DC Everest. Question is for North, what do they have left in the tank going up against a conference rival today?
You know what? And that's an entirely psychological thing instead of a physical thing. North is the hot team right now. They've played better in the later parts of the season than earlier. They've played better in the last couple of innings than anything that Hudson has seen recently. Hudson got here with a 13-3 win over Chippewa Falls. Eau Claire North looked dead in the water. They were down 6-0 to DC Everest, so they put up 8 runs in the visitors' 6th and came away with a 9-6 win. Eau Claire North, again, if I just came off a game like that where I've come back in the 6th, 7th inning, I want to play again, turn it around, do it right now.
Starting lineups brought to you by Associated Bank, where in every market they serve, Associated Bank is committed to uplifting colleagues, customers, and communities to be stronger. Batting order for the Huskies, Levante Bean leads off plays in left field. Batting second, the right fielder, Caleb Moss. Batting third, the catcher, Jack Gorman. Aiden Pankrat, center fielder, bats fourth. Paxton Bush, the designated hitter, bats fifth. Zach Shipman, shortstop, will bat sixth. Cameron Buckman, the first baseman, batting seventh. Mason Bruzewitz is the third baseman. He bats eighth. Aaron Gust is the second baseman, batting ninth. And on the mound today for the Huskies is Ben Metler. Batting order for the Raiders, it'll be Sam Manchester, followed by Sam Abrahamson, Logan Hagman, Jace Matazinski, Bennett Brathel, Steele Homey, Silas Heisler, Spencer Bullis, and Hunter Oswald. Starting lineups brought to you by Associated Bank, where in every market they serve, Associated Bank is committed to uplifting colleagues, customers, and communities to be stronger. Right now, from Buchholz Park, prior to this sectional championship, our national anthem.
The Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad suns and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rapids red flame, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Almost 30 years for the best sandwich in town. Grab a grinder at Mancino's, conveniently located just off of Business Highway 53 and Claremont Avenue in Eau Claire. Mancino's Grinders and Pizza, locally owned and operated. Mitchell Anderson on the mound in this sectional championship for Hudson. He came in relief of Mark Souza last Thursday when Hudson trailed at home to Stevens Point. Mitchell Anderson wound up working the win. Logan Hagman is his catcher. Bennett Brathel over at first. Sam Abrahamson at second. Silas Heisler is the third baseman. Jace Matazinski is the shortstop. Outfield, left to right. Sam Manchester, Steele Homey, Hunter Oswald. These two teams split their regular season matchups. It was Hudson winning at home by a score of 4-3. That game back in the 27th of May. But then 2 days later at Carson Park in Eau Claire, it was the Huskies with a couple of big innings. It was a scoreless game through 3. The Huskies got 2 in the 4th, piled on 5 more in the 5th, tacked on another run, and won 9-0. So if nothing else, you talked about North being the hot team. North knows they can compete with these Hudson Raiders, arguably a very, very talented team, one of the top teams in the western part of the state.
Oh, I get the feeling that Eau Claire North is probably not the team that Hudson wanted to face in the finals. Again, this is a team that's already beaten you once, beat you convincingly, and maybe there's the element of surprise if this turned out to be Hudson versus DC Everest. It's a team that doesn't know you, that these are teams that are very familiar with each other. And if anything, they just spent a lot of time on the bus to get here to this neutral site game when they could have been much closer to each other. This is going to be a fun one today. But again, teams that kind of have the DNA on each other.
Here's Levante Bean. He had a key double in that big 6th inning for the Huskies in their sectional semifinal win over DC Everest. Two programs that know each other quite well. Battling in Stevens Point. Winner moves on to the state tournament. Levante Bean swing and a miss, and we are underway at 4:26 p.m.
Sectional finals, how deep is your pitching? Could you come up with a number 2 guy? You had to use your number 1 guy in the first game. Can you have a number 2 guy who can be competitive for you? And Hudson appears to be deep pitching-wise. I think Eau Claire North is too.
Sun has peaked out, the temperature rising here at Buckout Park, and that's good news for just about everybody in the facility. It was chilly when we got started this morning, the 10 o'clock game between Hudson and Chippewa Falls. Swing and a miss. Inside fastball delivered by Anderson. Bean comes up empty. It's 2-2.
For number 2 pitcher, Anderson just looks like a high-velocity guy.
Swing and a miss. Hagman will have to throw down to complete the putout. And Anderson begins the game with the strikeout of Levante Bean, and that's always a key to keep Levante Bean off the base paths.
Yeah, we saw the speed of Levante Bean in the first game. Showed it off in the outfield, too. Good defensive outfielder.
Here's Caleb Moss. Batting second for the Huskies. Takes that one on the inside corner. Now Anderson up 0-2 on Caleb Moss.
Anderson throws much harder than the pitcher that Eau Claire North faced in the first game.
Anderson got the start in that game on the 27th at Carson Park, a game that Huskies eventually won. Swing and a miss. 2 batters, 2 swinging strikeouts. That'll bring up Jack Gorman. Gorman had a big game in that come-from-behind win over DC Everest. 2 singles and a double. Also scored a run, stole a base.
Gorman's double came in that 8-run 6th inning, so he was part of the big Eau Claire North comeback.
Gorman with 8 hits in the postseason. That's through 3 games. Had the game-winning RBI in that extra inning affair in the regional semis at Carson Park versus Wausau East. That one just missing off the corner. 2 balls and a strike to Jack Gorman. Check swing, couldn't hold up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Gorman sends it high in the air right side. Hunter Oswald, right fielder under it, makes the catch. Huskies go down 1-2-3. Raiders coming to bat when we return. You're watching WIAA Sectional Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then, they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Whether it is baseball, softball, or soccer this spring, Shepke Chiropractic has got your back. For all your sports-related injuries, you can rely on Shepke Chiropractic to get you back in the game. Visit them online at shepkechiropractic.com. Senior Ben Metler on the mound for the Eau Claire North Huskies. Jack Gorman is his catcher. Cameron Buckman over at first. Aaron Gus, the second baseman. Mason Bruzewitz at third. Zach Shipman is the shortstop. Outfield left to right, Levante Bean, Aiden Pankratz, Caleb Moss. Metler to face the top of this Raiders order. It'll be Manchester, Abrahamson, and Hagman.
It's one of the things that feels differently about these sectional doubleheaders. Metler played in the field in the first game. I think all things being equal, you'd like your pitcher just to be out of that first game, just sitting and watching. So this is a little bit of a different situation to play the field in game one and then toe the rubber here in the second game.
It'll be interesting to see how deep these two teams go into that pitching staff. Because after today, if you're the winning team, you've got a nice break so you can line up that pitching staff for the state tournament. Today, though, sectional title on the line, you're going to empty the tank if you have to, and use everybody that's available. Metler delivers a strike. It's 1-1 to Manchester.
That is one of the good things when you get on to state, everyone gets to reset their pitching rotation. You don't want teams coming into state, well, gee, we used our number one guy, he's not available today. Nope, everyone will be available if you can get through this game. This, I think, in the entire playoff sequence, this is the toughest game. You've got to play earlier in the day. You've got to use someone who's probably not your number one pitcher, and yet you somehow have to gut it out, get through it.
2-1 pitch from Metler. A little bit low, 3-1. I think that's part of the logic why a lot of teams will schedule weekend doubleheaders, to just get used to that, playing 2 days, 2 games in 1 day. And that's a walk to Sam Manchester. Raiders have their leadoff batter on. Sam Abrahamson coming to the plate.
I mean, every team these days schedules at least 1 or 2 triangulars, which simulates the situation that you have today. You play one game, then you sit a game, and then you play a third game in the nightcap.
Manchester runs well. In Hudson's earlier win over Chippewa Falls, Steele Homey, the center fielder, was the leadoff hitter. Now they've moved Manchester up. Abrahamson takes a strike on the corner. Ball and a strike now to Abrahamson. Swing and a miss. Metler pulled the string there. Count 1-2 to Abrahamson. Middle infielders at double play depth. Third baseman Bruzewicz up just a bit. Buckman at first is holding the runner. Breaking ball, missing outside. Gorman doing a nice job behind the plate to block that pitch. Not a ton of room behind home plate to the backstop. Nice backhand stop by Gorman. Otherwise, Abrahamson. And check that, Manchester is sitting at second base. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Back-to-back walks, and the Raiders have 2 on, nobody out, and Logan Hagman coming to the plate. In the win over Chippewa Falls, Hagman sent one deep to left into the trees. The Raiders were off and running in that one. Actually fell behind Chippewa Falls 3-0, but rallied with 3 in the bottom of the first, put up 5 more in the second.
Hudson brought the lumber in that first game. Once they got into the Chippewa Falls bullpen, a lot of line drives off their bats. Looked like they were really zoned in. This here is just a what's going on, let's settle things down at the mound type of visit.
You know, it was interesting when we heard from Raiders head coach Brent Blagan after game 1 talking about, how you prepare. He said, well, we don't know if it's an advantage to play in that first game, the second game. We're just happy. We just know that we won and we got to play for the sectional title. They hung around here at the ballpark. Right. Sometimes teams will, they'll get on the bus, they'll go somewhere else in town just to chill out. They generally do that, though, when the temperature is like 80, 85, when you want to get out of the heat.
And our middle game was a long one. It didn't play particularly quickly, so Hudson was sitting around for a long time from this morning. It's been a long day for the Hudson team.
Wild pitch from Metler. Both runners will move up. And we have action in the North bullpen already. We're in the bottom of the first. Infield playing up for the Huskies. It seems like Metler's having a hard time finding that release point.
And every one of these playoff games is single elimination. So one of the tough decisions for the coach is how long do you stay with a pitcher who's struggling? It's not like a regular season game where, we're down 2-3 runs, a loss doesn't kill you. I mean, here, a loss ends your season.
3-0 now to Hagman. First base is open. It appears that the Huskies are being really careful with Logan Hagman. Lots of pop at the plate. There's a get-me-over strike. He's 3-1.
Hudson's first game today did not go the full 7 innings. Walked off Chippewa Falls. Bases loaded situation in the 6th. Got a walk and then walked it off on a pass ball or a wild pitch.
Ben Metler has walked the bases loaded. Although, again, walking Hagman in that situation, not the worst thing. But now you got to deal with Jace Matazinski.
Number 8, Jace Matazinski.
Huskies will have the infield up here. Bottom of the first inning. Bases loaded, nobody out. First pitch swinging, Matazinski sends that one out of play. Matler delivers the 0-1, trying to get that outside corner, just missed. Ball and a strike to Matazinski. Ripped but fouled. Matazinski in game one, double and a walk to go with a pair of strikeouts. Gorman play at the plate. Manchester scores.
Gorman had more time than he realized to gather himself a better throw. Throw was high to the pitcher. Better throw to the plate would have caught that runner at home.
So wild pitch. Raiders have a 1-0 lead. Now 2 in scoring position for Jace Matazinski. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hard hit ball, gloved by Shipman. Picked it off the turf. And the Huskies get that first out. Here's Bennett Brathel stepping to the plate.
Hagman, the runner at second, had strayed pretty far from the bag. Lucky he wasn't doubled off. Boy, that would have been a gift for the Huskies here.
Infield still up for North. Ball and a strike. Brathel, the first baseman for the Raiders, but has also worked as Hudson's closer, and he's been effective. Brathel had a double in the win over Chippewa Falls. Sitting on a 2-1 count right here. Bottom of the first inning. 1 run already across for the Raiders, and they've got runners at second and third.
And with only 1 out, this looks like a high pitch count first inning to get through here, which means you're going to have somebody else or other people pitching later in the game if Eau Claire North is going to stay close in this thing.
And it's a walk to Brathel. Bases loaded. 1 out. 1 run already in. And all this without a hit.
Right. Boy, it is the walks that kill you.
Here is Steele Homey. Huskies will play the middle infielders back. Homey does run well, and he's a lefty hitter. Missing low is Metler. It's 1-0.
With Metler having trouble throwing strikes, you take another pitch here, see if you can work ahead in the count. A balk.
And a balk is called. So Abrahamson will score.
Whatever it was, the home plate umpire is the one who saw it. They're saying that Metler didn't come set. And I don't know, on the replay, it looks like he came set to me. I didn't see it. Wasn't obvious to me what they called there.
Home plate umpire was pretty adamant, though. There was a balk, so it's 2-0. 2 runners in scoring position. And if you've ever pitched and been in a situation like this, it is a lonely place, that mound, when you can't find the strike zone. 3-0 now to Steele Homey. Another walk.
Just got lonelier, for sure.
Jack Gorman, the catcher, is going to want time, and he'll go have a word with Ben Metler. Jordan Fish, the head coach, coming out of the dugout. And that's going to do it for Ben Metler. So the Huskies have to go to the bullpen in the bottom of the first inning with just one out.
Faced 6 batters, walked 5 of them.
Landon Connect will get the call. Connect, the junior. Talk about a high leverage situation here. Sectional final. Season on the line. Winner goes to state. You've got to come in with the bases loaded and just one out. Culligan Water specializes in all of your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. Infinity Exteriors, installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, and windows built to last, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. We guarantee quality you can trust. Well, in our last game, Chris, we talked about momentum and how it swung from the Everest side to the north side. And whatever momentum North had after that come-from-behind win is quickly slipping away here in this sectional final.
After seeing that big comeback, though, I'm not assuming that North can't come back in this one. Although this is certainly not the ideal start.
And as we talked about in that earlier game, the Huskies do have a lot of guys that they can turn to on the mound. Shipman is pitched. Gust is pitched. Not sure what Bruzewicz has left in the tank or what his pitch count is at, because he got the start and threw a lot of pitches in that first game. And there's a ball outside from Connect. Silas Heisler is the hitter, number 7 hitter for the Raiders.
I've always thought, particularly in high school baseball, going to the bullpen in a bases-loaded situation, your guy comes in and he's got to throw strikes. And the first 2 are out of the strike zone here.
You know, with these teams knowing each other so well, if you're North, you know that Hudson can hit the heck out of the ball. Right on cue. Heisler puts that one out of the park, but well fouled. And if you're Hudson, you know that, hey, North's not going to go away. So when you get an opportunity for a big inning, you got to cash in.
Right, Hudson's got to be thinking much more than the 2 runs that they have right now. It's only 1 out.
Driven deep to left. Levante Bean going back. That ball is gone! 3-run homer. Silas Heisler clears the bases. And the Hudson Raiders grab a 5-0 lead here in the bottom of the first.
You know, you talk about hanging your pitches. That offering from Connect stayed up.
Well, and to your point, when you're coming in relief and you know the bases are loaded, you just don't have any room for error.
Sure, and you're behind in the count, so what's the pitch that you offer up? Something fat that gets driven out of the ballpark.
First hit of the game for the Raiders is a 3-run jack to left. Now it's Spencer Bullis, the DH. And we've got more activity in the Eau Claire North bullpen. Paxton Bush is throwing out there. Bush, the DH in today's game. 5-0 Raiders. Silas Heisler, a big 3-run homer. Bouncing ball to short. Shipman. The scoop and the throw across for the second out. So this game, nothing like the last time these two teams met. The 9-0 win for the Huskies at Carson Park, a game that was scoreless for the first 3 innings. And if you wondered how Hudson would respond after that really long break between the first semifinal and this championship game, the answer, at least so far, they're responding just fine.
I like your theory of maybe you leave the ballpark and go somewhere else. Maybe you close out game 1 mentally and then go away for a little while and then come back for the third and championship game here.
Yeah, in all the years that I've covered these D1 sectionals, it just seems like there's no rhyme or reason to it. It just, sometimes the team that wins that second semi just carries that into the championship and they win it. Other times that team that had the first game comes back and takes care of business. This comes down to who's throwing strikes, who's making plays in the field. And the Raiders have now battered around in inning number 1.
Hudson, with just the benefit of 1 hit, the long home run to left, sends up a 10th batter in the inning.
Here's Sam Manchester, led off this inning, which seems like ages ago, with a walk. He came around to score. Lifted to left. Levante Bean drifting back, still going back, makes the catch. Raiders are retired, but they score 6 runs on just 1 hit. After 1 complete here at Buchholz Park, it's Hudson 6, Eau Claire North 0. Huskies coming to bat when we return. You're watching WIAA Sectional Championship Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Security needs to be at the top of the list when it comes to your family, home, and lifestyle. Our focus is providing your family with peace of mind by offering state-of-the-art systems that blend convenience and security into one. It all starts with our security system, which lets you add control of lights, door locks, thermostats, and more. You can control all of them with your touchscreen keypad or your mobile phone. With this state-of-the-art system, home control can be adjusted to your lifestyle automatically.
It's state-of-the-art security that fits into your lifestyle and your life. Give us a call today to learn more.
No matter what your everyday life looks like, Fleet Farm has you covered at the best prices guaranteed. Auto, pet, bird, farm, snacks. Fleet Farm has everything you need, all at the lowest prices. 4-5-6 for the Eau Claire North Huskies. Aiden Pankratz, Paxton Bush, Zach Shipman against the righty Mitchell Anderson, who worked a 1-2-3 first inning with a pair of strikeouts. 1-0 count to Pankratz. Count now even 1-1.
Huskies fans, your team came back from a 6-run deficit in their first game today. Got Hudson right where they want him right now.
As we talk about, it's a 7-inning game, so you got to get 21 outs. Long way to go in this one, but if you're Hudson, you love the start. They were the 1 seed in this sectional bracket. Several upsets along the way, biggest one being the 14 seed Superior, knocking out the 3 seed New Richmond. And because of that, the North Huskies, who went 11 innings to knock out Wausau East, got to play at Carson Park against the 14 seed Superior instead of making the trip to New Richmond to take on the number 3 seed Tigers. Tigers and Raiders tied for the championship in the Big Rivers Conference.
Team Booster Club loves the surprise home games. Chance to empty out the concession stand.
Absolutely. Two balls, 2 strikes. Aiden Pankratz trying to get something started here for the Huskies, and he takes strike 3 call. Mitchell Anderson dealing early on for the Raiders. His 3rd strikeout in the 4 batters face. Here's Paxton Bush, the designated hitter.
Designated hitter, number 9, Paxton Bush.
.325 down the lines here at Buchholz Park, .375 to straightaway center. Two and 0 the count to Bush. Not sure where that one missed. It's 3-0. And it's a 4-pitch walk. Paxton Bush is the first base runner of this ball game for the Huskies. With that, Logan Hagman's going to trot out to have a chat with his right-hander.
Zach Shipman.
Our home plate umpire realizes that it's been a long day of baseball already. Broke that up very quickly.
Boys, keep her moving. Shipman had a key single in that big 6th inning for the Huskies in their semifinal win over DC Everest. First pitch swinging, foul at the plate. Shipman in a bit of discomfort. He fouled that one right into his foot. He's got the armor on that right ankle there, but that one must have caught him in a place where the shin guard wasn't.
Catchers will tell you the shin guard is never in the right place.
Maybe one of the reasons I never played catcher. Anderson's pitch to Shipman, trying to shoot that one the opposite way. No balls, 2 strikes now to Zach Shipman. Sun is shining here at Buchholz Park. It's turned into a really nice afternoon on the banks of the Wisconsin River. Shipman wouldn't chase. It's 1-2.
2 seasons ago, they put that video scoreboard up in right field, which blocks what had been a spectacular view of the Wisconsin River. As we know, the advertising wins out over the view every time.
Yep, that's how that goes. Swing and a miss. Mitchell Anderson dealing in the first 2 innings.
You might ask, do home runs to right field land in the drink here? No, they don't. There's a lot of space between the right field wall and where the river begins.
That would have to be a heck of a poke. And you'd have to get some favorable bounces as well. Nice view, though. I'll say that. Especially with the sun shining in the west.
The ballpark that I'm familiar with where home run balls do go into the river is up in Rhinelander, where the river is up against the left field fence, and it's right up against the left field fence. I bet over the years they've had some flooding of the river that's come into the ballpark. But yeah, left field home runs land in the water there. Maybe they could float downstream to us.
Bet for a high school player, that's a big thrill. Yeah, I parked one out in the river. Got river power. 2-0 the count on Cameron Buckman. Sky-high pop-up on the infield. The shortstop, Jace Matazinski, makes the grab. And that'll do it for the Huskies in the second. Raiders coming to bat, leading 6-0 when we return. You're watching WIAA Sectional Championship Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
No runs, no hits, no errors, one runner left on base.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcast. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
I got referred to the orthodontist and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here and he was very happy with his smile. I'd recommend Ruth Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointments, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Bottom of the second inning, and the North Huskies will bring in a new pitcher. It's Aaron Gust. Third pitcher that North has used already. Ben Metler was the starter. Landon connects. Gave up the home run to Silas Heisler and eventually worked himself out of the inning. So Aaron Gust moves from second base to the mound. Here's Sam Abrahamson. He walked and scored in the first inning. He rips that one to center right at Aiden Pankratz, who makes the catch. One pitch, one out.
Looked good off the bat, hung up just a little bit.
Here is Logan Hagman, who also walked and scored in the first inning.
Walks have been the story of this game. Eau Claire North pitching has given up 6 of them. 5 of those walk batters have come around to score.
Yeah, walks and then the big blast by Heisler. Go ahead.
Thinking of major league ballparks with water features. San Francisco, Oracle Park,
right,
where people listen to the game on their transistor radios or through their phones in their kayaks beyond the right field wall. PNC Park in Pittsburgh, I believe, has a water feature.
It does, yeah.
And maybe that's it.
Copeland Park in La Crosse is also next to a river, but that's well beyond the third base line and left field line, the way that park is oriented. There's water in Carson Park, Half Moon Lake, but that would be
in
a
the park,
tight.
not in the
it's
park.
in the park,
right? Not in the park.
Not in
proper.
the baseball, stadium. You can kind of see it from the press box, but it's a ways away. 3-2 pitch from Gust. Hagman fights that off. Gust, the right-hander, like a lot of these North pitchers, likes to work fast. And has an interesting delivery. His ball moves a lot, not the overpowering fastball. Hard hit ball, fair ball down the line. Hagman rounding first, on his way to second. He will cruise in with a one-out double. Gus trying to work inside there. That pitch caught a little bit too much of the plate, and Hagman put the bat head on it. Here's Jace Matazinski.
I mean, what are the instructions to Gust? Throw strikes. Obviously, we've had all kinds of problems without finding the strike zone. I think at this point, I mean, if the other team just hits the ball and outslugs you, well, then you tip your cap to them.
That one off the glove of Gorman. It gets to the backstop, and Hagman will move up. Huskies will bring the infield up. One ball, one strike now to Matazinski. That one misses. It's 2-1. Well, if you're Gust, yeah, you want to throw strikes, but you want to keep this margin right where it is. The way Mitchell Anderson is pitching.
And that's going to be the challenge for Eau Claire North. I mean, is Gust going to work the next 5 or 6 innings? Probably not, which means somebody else is going to have to throw strikes and get out before this game is over. I mean, here we are, top of the second inning, bottom of the second inning, and Eau Claire North is already 3 pitchers in.
Matazinski to left, and it gets past a diving Levante Bean. Hagman will score. Matazinski holds at first with a ringing single. Raiders add to their lead. It is now 7-0. And here is Bennett Brathel. Not sure if Matazinski twisted something. He's kind of trying to stretch out that left leg, left foot.
Matazinski did take a big turn once he saw the left fielder dive and the ball get by him. We thought maybe second and then retreated to first.
Bennett Brathel walked and scored in the first. Takes that one up and in from Gust. When Gust is at his best, he's working low in the zone and he's working away. He's got that sweeper that he throws. Drops that one across, 1-1. One ball, one strike, one out. Matazinski running. Throw from Gorman is low. Matazinski steals second base. So we can assume that right leg, right foot must be feeling a little better.
Yes, you bet.
Boy, and then Matazinski took a huge lead off of second. Lifted to left. Long run, Levante Bean. Did not make the catch despite a tremendous effort. Matazinski moves to third. Bennett Brathel, another single for the Raiders.
Back-to-back balls that Bean hasn't come up on, but he's got speed. He closes on those balls quickly.
And here's Steele Homing. Stop me if you've heard this before. He walked and scored in the first inning. So one run across here in the second for Hudson. Their lead is 7-0. They run-ruled Chippewa Falls in the first semifinal today by a score of 13-3. Homie to second. Huskies get one. Relay in time. 4-6-3 double play turned by the Huskies.
Bang, bang at first, and it keeps another run off the board. So that's a big play.
Raiders do pick up a run, and after 2 complete, They lead the Huskies 7-0. You're watching WIAA Division I Sectional Final Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
Eau Claire North Huskies getting out of a jam. Bottom half of the second inning. They turn a really nice 4-6-3 double play. Raiders, though, did pick up a run that inning. And they lead at 7-0. Whether you are buying or selling, turn to the Jesperson Group at C21 Affiliated. They have a pulse on the local real estate market, and they can help you with both existing homes and new builds. They can also assist you through each step of the process, making the home buying and selling process simple, not stressful. That is what you get with Jesperson Group at C21 Affiliated. 8-9-1 for the North Huskies. Mason Bruzewitz to lead it off against Mitchell Anderson, who has yet to give up a hit. He has walked a batter, struck out 4.
In other divisions today, we are handing out tickets to state. Edgar in the top of the 5th leads Sun Springs Northwood 6-0. Hercelli's in the bottom of the 4th. They lead Lena 4-1. Hamilton bottom of the 5th with a 2-0 lead. So the bus rides to Appleton are getting crowded as we move through the afternoon. Hudson or Eau Claire North looking to join them.
Yeah, if you're a high school baseball fan, this is a great 2-week stretch. You got the sectionals on this Tuesday, then you get a little respite, and then the state tournament will begin next week. Fantastic venue, Fox City Stadium. Anderson missing outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Mason Bruzewitz.
We have old-timers in the Wausau area who can remember when the state championship baseball games were played there.
I remember covering several games at Athletic Park.
No parking at Athletic Park.
I discovered that.
It's not a lot of room to handle everybody.
I discovered that.
You park over in Schofield and walk.
I was somewhere in a neighborhood somewhere. Mason Bruzewitz retired on the infield putout. Here's Aaron Gust. Gus, the pitcher, trying to help his own cause. Looking to get on base for the top of the order. North as a team has a habit of getting better at the plate as the game goes on. Whether it's just a comfort factor or just more familiarity with the pitcher and how he's working, they just seem to do a better job of grinding out at-bats. Gus in an 0-2 hole right here.
If you remember the old Marathon Park in Wausau, you would be amazed at the renovations, all put in through private money through the Wausau Woodchucks, the Northwoods League team that plays there. Athletic Park used to have this aluminum siding that separated the top part of the stands from where the press box was. And the ugliest green, school bus green or maybe janitorial green.
Janitorial green? I don't like the sound of that.
You bet. A color of siding that you would not ever put on your house.
Was it like
ever?
Was it like the old corrugated tin of Lambeau Field? Is it that green?
Yes, close to it.
Close to it, yeah. Yep, things have changed.
And now, of course, even Northwoods League ballparks must have luxury boxes or hospitality suites.
Absolutely. Yep.
And the
That's how it
renovations there
works,
were done
yeah.
with that in mind.
I got to tell you, I'm a big fan of the fan deck out there at Carson Park. Great place to watch baseball. You can get those seats down the right field line and watch the bullpen pitchers warm up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Mitchell Anderson working to Aaron Gust. Top of 3. Gust, a little infield pop-up. Abrahamson will have to play it on a bounce. No play to be made, and Aaron Gust is the second base runner for North in this ball game.
Boy, when he didn't charge in and play that ball on a fly, then suddenly it became a tricky or maybe an impossible play.
We'll get a runner for Aaron Gust, who is the pitcher. Back to the top of the order, and Levante Bean. Nick Tyson is the courtesy runner for Gust.
Courtesy runner at first base for Oakmore North, number 19.
Tyson, a junior, runs very well. He may even be faster than Bean, which is saying a lot. Bean 0 for 1 in this game with a strikeout. Had a double in that 8-run 6th inning in the sectional semis. Good job by Hagman behind the plate, blocking that one. It's 0-1. Third baseman Heisler playing up. Bean does run well, as does Tyson at first. Matazinski at short, Abrahamson at second. Had double play depth. Hudson wearing the white jerseys today, and you look at third, short, and second base, those guys are getting dirty.
Some of them were dirty from the first game.
Absolutely. There's a strike to Levante Bean. It's 1-1. Yeah, dirt when you're a ball player, especially an infielder, you love it. Mom, on the other hand, or whoever is responsible for washing the uniforms, maybe not so much. Bean takes upstairs, 2-1.
Little known fact from Northwoods League Baseball, many of the team coaches have laundry duty. At Athletic Park in Wausau, there's a shack behind the right field fence where the bullpen used to be. What's in there? Giant industrial laundry machine. Long after everyone's gone home, the lights are on in there, cleaning up from last night's game.
Bean takes a strike, 2-2. I'm guessing they buy their detergent in bulk. Two-two pitch. Bean fights that one off.
Yeah, I mean, at the high school level, who is it? It's Mom who does the laundry for the team, right? Absolutely.
I remember getting that question. Why is your uniform so dirty? Like, well, you were at the game. I slid several times, dove for a ball. Yeah, this is what happens. Bean fights that one off. A couple of Hudson fans were in the vicinity of that foul ball.
Hudson has traveled well. For the Hudson fans, this is a full day of baseball. The round trip time probably started around breakfast time and won't be back home till after dinner.
Yeah, it's a good hour from Hudson to the Eau Claire Chippewa Falls area. You tack on another couple hours after that. And you played the 10 a.m. game. Swing and a miss. Anderson pulls the string. Bean down on strikes for a second time. 2 down here in the third, and it'll bring up Caleb Moss. The Huskies try to keep this inning going.
I bet for how long a day it is, if Hudson had their choice, they probably would have picked the second game today instead of the first. Everybody's alarm went off very early this morning.
Moss takes ball 1. Well, when you're a sports parent these days, though, you're used to early wake-up calls, long days, plenty of miles on the vehicle. Ground ball down the line, just foul.
Let's see, which parents have it worse? Hockey parents, because there are a lot of early morning practice. You get the ice time when you can. Oh, there are so many travel teams. If you have a girl who's on a fast-pitch softball travel team, you're going all over the Midwest. You're seeing the country.
To left field. Manchester coming in, makes the catch, and that'll do it for the Huskies. They get their first hit of the ball game, but no runs in the third. Bottom of the third coming up. Raiders leading the Huskies 7-0. You're watching WIAA Sectional Championship Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Keep your home and valuables safe with SOS Security in Eau Claire. Protect against intruders, fires, water, and more for every room, every door, and every window. Place your trust in SOS Security. At Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, whether you are a professional athlete, weekend warrior, or simply have an aching joint, rest assured you will receive unsurpassed care delivered with compassion and respect when you need it most. Visit the sports medical experts at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. 7, 8, 9 in the Raiders' batting order. Silas Heisler, Spencer Bullis, and Hunter Oswald. Against the right-hander Aaron Gust, third pitcher to work today in this game for the Huskies. Heisler hit the grand slam, his first at-bat, back in inning number 1, part of a 6-run inning for the Raiders. That was the only hit in the inning. Bouncing ball to third, stabbed by Bruzewicz. His throw right on the money. Heisler retired on the 5-3 putout. That one got on Bruzewicz in a hurry.
Sure did, and played it off to the side, too. So if he didn't make that play, didn't glove it, it would be in left field.
Here's Spencer Bullis. Retired on a ground out to short. Gus drops in a strike. Hard hit ball to second. Throw over to first is in time. Couple ground ball outs. Aaron Gust working fast. Getting the first two guys on infield ground outs. Cashton Keynes is the second baseman for the Huskies. He moved in when Gust moved from second to the mound. Hunter Oswald, the batter, he walked in that first inning. Takes a strike on the outside corner.
North is finally bidding for an easy inning in this game. And why has Gus been most effective? He's been the pitcher who's been most around the strike zone.
Ball and a strike. Yeah, with Gus, you know you're going to see a lot of breaking stuff. You're going to see curves and sliders and even a little sweeper. You got to sit back and be patient. Well, when Gust is at his best, he's painting corners like that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. His job here in the third, keep this margin right where it's at. Inside curveball misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Count remains 2-2 to Oswald. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody out in this third inning. Oswald keeps that at bat alive. Oswald ground ball, and it's off the glove of Bruzewicz. Oswald digging for second. He will get there.
Off the glove, and I thought maybe off the bag. Fair ball, no question about it.
Tough play is a ground ball right down the line. Bruzewicz trying to glove that one, but it skidded past him. Ruled a hit.
Yeah, I'm the most generous official scorekeeper in the history of baseball. I give out hits liberally. I like that as a hit.
With me, it kind of depends if I'm in hitter mode or pitcher mode. If I'm thinking of my ill-fated pitching days, everything's an error. Right back up the middle, Gus knocks it down, recovers and throws to first. Manchester hit it hard, but right back to the pitcher. 3 complete here at Buchholz Park. Hudson Raiders leading the Eau Claire North Huskies 7-0. You're watching WIAA Division I Sectional Championship Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
HS Fence specializes in chain link, vinyl, wood, and ornamental fencing. They have been providing commercial and residential fencing to the people of Wisconsin for the last 18 years. Contact them today in Fall Creek or at hsfencewi.com. To cover your church, call the Dahlman Insurance Agency for a coverage analysis. Dahlman Insurance covers churches in Wisconsin with Hastings Insurance Company. Online at dahlmaninsurance.com. Dahlman Insurance, come for the rates, stay for the service. Top of the 4th inning for the Eau Claire North Huskies. 3-4-5 in their batting order. Jack Gorman, Aiden Pankratz, Paxton Bush. The part of the order that North needs to come through with some hits and try to generate some offense. Just 1 hit so far from North. First pitch swinging. Gorman sends that one out of play. Or not.
Right, until it wasn't.
Or not. Heck of a play, Hunter Oswald. I thought that was well out. But Oswald making a ridiculous catch by the fence.
And you know, that's a tall chain link fence, and he came down and hit the yellow protective top of the fence and held onto it. That's a heck of a play.
Eden Pankratz takes a ball. I got thrown a little bit by the tree that's out there in foul ground. I saw that one drifting beyond the tree. I just assumed, but you know what happens when you assume. But Hunter Oswald made a highlight reel catch going over the fence to pull that one back. One down here in the fourth.
A part of the big ash tree hangs over into the field of play, but in foul territory. Ground rules here at Bucol Park are hits the tree, dead ball. But you would think someone from the Parks Department would trim that tree back.
Right? Two balls, two strikes to Eden Pankratz. Foul tip into the mid of catcher Logan Hagman. So another strikeout. Two down here in the fourth. Paxton Bush comes to the plate. You know, in college, in one of our spring trips down south, we played at a field in Tennessee that was adjacent to a cemetery. So you know what we ruled it when a batted ball went into the cemetery?
Tell me.
By definition, it was a
dead ball.
Thank
there
you very
we go.
much. I'll be here the rest of the afternoon. Hearted ball to center, but right at Steele. Homie!
Misjudged that. Came in
and it's
the play
over
was
his
back.
head. Paxton Bush is going to have a stand-up triple.
Sometimes the ball right at you, depending on what the background is as you're looking at that ball, it's hard to tell in or back, and that was hit hard enough. Had to make the right call right off the bat.
Coaches and the athletic trainer out of the dugout. Homie is trying to collect himself. Yeah, you're right. And if you're in the outfield here at Bucol Park, you're looking back at this chain link backstop, and then you've got the bleachers. The benches are almost like a gold color. So, yeah, you've got it there. I can see that in a certain angle it's going to be really hard, and that's the hardest ball to deal with when you're an outfielder. Is that ball hit right at you, that line drive. It's kind of hard to judge. Goes in the books as a triple for Paxton Bush. Here's Zach Shipman, an RBI situation. Shipman 0 for 1. Bush is the only Husky who's been on base twice. Walked in the second, and then just now with the triple. Lifted high in the air to left. Sam Manchester under it, and he makes the catch. Huskies strand a runner at third. Raiders coming to bat, bottom four, and leading 7-0. You're watching WIAA Division I Sectional Championship Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
We're back with Better Halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I won't treat you like a number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. Hudson Raiders fans In that first semifinal, they were wearing sweatshirts. Some of them had blankets. Much nicer now at Bullcoat Park. Hit deep off the bat of Abrahamson and over the head of Aiden Pankratz. Abrahamson on his way to third. Here's the throw.
Got him.
Got him.
What a throw from the cutoff man. My goodness.
Pankratz, perfect throw to Shipman, the shortstop, and he gunned it over to Bruzewitz, who applied the tag.
Why do you hit the cutoff man? That's why.
Excellent defense by the Huskies. 8-6-5 on that putout. So here's Logan Hagman.
And Abrahamson was looking around like he wanted the home plate umpire to see if he saw it differently. From my eyes, dead to rights.
Yeah, the throw definitely beat him. Sometimes players can do that swim move as they're sliding in to evade the tag. It sure looked like Bruzewitz got the tag down. Well, we talk about the North Huskies and just how they grind, and they're going to battle you no matter what the score is on the scoreboard. That was a perfect example of that right there. Could have been easy for Pankratz, the center fielder, to kind of lollygag back there and pick up the ball and just kind of throw it in, but he made the nice throw to the cutoff man, Shipman, and Shipman had a perfect throw to Bruzewitz at third. Neither team has made an error in this ball game. We talked about in the first game how Hudson, the common thread in those losses has been defensive lapses. But today they have played very clean baseball in the field. They've gotten good pitching, and the bats have been alive. 4-pitch walk to Logan Hagman. Here's Jace Matazinski. Single and a line out to the shortstop. Matazinski with the run batted in.
Matazinski.
Not to be presumptive here, but if Hudson advances to state, I think Hudson will be heard from. What do they bring to the party? Good pitching. And they certainly do just enough at the plate, and they're solid defensively. You don't have to be the overpowering team. You have to be good at a lot of different things. And I think Hudson checks a lot of those boxes.
Yeah, spent a good part of the season at or near the top of those D1 coaches polls. This is a program that has really come into its own in recent years. 5 straight trips to this sectional. They won it last year. So you know the upperclassmen, they've been through that routine. They know what it's like to take that long bus trip. They know what it's like to try to find a field somewhere in the Appleton area to get a little work in. They know what the stadium is like. And you also understand what the competition's like over there. Swing and a miss. Matazinski down on strikes.
Sure, I mean, each year when you have the state tournament, there are some teams that seem to show up there year after year, or they miss one year, but they're there. You know, if you play in that program, you expect to be there, maybe in your sophomore year and then back in your senior year. The teams that are there over and over again, that it's not an unfamiliar environment, tend to do the best. Usually in most tournaments, there's one team that's there, you know, hey, we've never been here before. Those are teams that tend not to do as well.
Bennett Brathel bounces into the fielder's choice. Raiders are retired. 4 complete here at Buchholz Park. Your score remains Hudson 7, Eau Claire North 0. You're watching WIAA Division I Sectional Championship Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Security Financial Bank, SFB. Whether you are starting a business, buying your first home, or saving for college, SFB has the bankers who believe in you. Learn more today at sfbank.com. Member FDIC.
Other sectional finals. Hamilton is through to the state tournament with a win over Germantown, 2-0. Pacelli's on the brink, bottom of the sixth. They lead Lena 6-1. Top of the seventh, Edgar has a shutout going against Salon Springs Northwood, 7-0.
Cameron Buckman to lead it off for the North Huskies, 7-8-9. That Eau Claire North order. First pitch swinging. High pop-up on the infield. Jace Matazinski, a couple steps on the grass, makes the grab. Here is Mason Bruzewitz.
Mason Bruzewitz.
Bruzewitz, 0 for 1. Buckman now, after that pop-up, is now 0 for 2 with a pair of pop-ups to the shortstop, Jace Matazinski. Call it a strike to Bruzewitz. And you know, Chris, all these players, well, they've had math classes coming up through the ranks. They understand the rules of baseball at the high school level. 7-0, if you're a Hudson, and you can keep the Huskies off the scoreboard and put up 3 runs, bottom of the fifth, it's game over.
Right. This could be a 10-run game.
Raiders used the run rule to beat Chippewa Falls 13-3 in the first semifinal here today. 3-1 pitch to Bruzewitz. Mitchell Anderson delivers a strike. Anderson has thrown well. He's given up the 2 hits. And he's in a really nice groove here. Little roller to first.
Pitcher's got a cover. He does.
Rathel to Anderson on the 3-1 putout. 2 down here in the Huskies' half of the fifth. And here is Aaron Gust, who has one of the 2 Eau Claire North hits. Gust trying to keep the inning going and get the top of the order up for the Huskies. It would be the 3rd time through the order for North.
Gust has really been the player of the game so far for Eau Claire North. I mean, he's restored order and has put up a couple of zeros since he's come on to pitch. It's too bad that this game has really been shaped by the wildness in the first and second innings.
Line to left. And a base hit for Aaron Gust. 2 for 2 in this ball game. And back to the top of the order, and Levante Bean. And we'll get a courtesy runner for Gust, pitcher.
So Gust settling things down from the mound as the first player for either side to have 2 hits today.
Levante Bean.
Yeah, and for a guy who's a senior multi-sport athlete at North, it's this turns out to be his last game. Not a bad way to finish. The baseman Heisler creeping in now. The speed of Gust. And Levante Bean pokes one the other way. Tyson will hold at second. Back-to-back base hits for the Huskies. Here in the top of the fifth, that'll bring up Caleb Moss with 2 down. Four hits now for Eau Claire North.
And it's now the third time that he's had to go through the Eau Claire North lineup. We're getting back to the top of the order again. North certainly got better in their earlier game when they beat DC Everest as they saw the pitching later into the game.
Popped up. Matazinski makes the catch. Huskies leave a pair on top of 5. Raiders coming to bat. Bottom half of inning number 5 and leading 7-0. You're watching WIAA. Division I Baseball Championship Sectional on Zaleski Sports.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then, they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no-obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. From roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Steel Homie sends one to the warning track and right. Steel Homie's got a leadoff double for the Raiders. You can visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with trusted, local, affordable service. 7 hits now for the Hudson Raiders. Silas Heisler come to the plate. Stabbed by the third baseman, Bruzewitz. Heisler squared up on that one, but Bruzewitz timed his jump perfectly. 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the DH, Spencer Bullis. Heisler now 1 for 3 in the ball game. He did have that grand slam in the first inning. Spencer Bullis 0 for 2, takes a ball outside from Aaron Gust. Bright sunlight now at Puchol Park.
Big improvement from this morning to this afternoon.
I'm going to say it's a welcome sight.
Sunset here is not until 8:45, so the later parts of the day will go on for a few more hours. It's going to be very, very nice.
Gust catches the outside corner there, and it's 2-1. Another strike from Gus. And heads up running there on the bases by Steel Homie.
Got to bring the infield in because of just a soft, slow throw back to the mound, but Homie took advantage of.
If you're the Raiders, the way you're looking at this inning is you've got the winning run in the on-deck circle, leading by 7. You're in the bottom of the 5th. Hard hit ball. Canes has it. Takes a long look, and then the quick throw over to first base to retire Bullis. Well done by Cashton Canes.
Yeah, well played. He knew that he had all the time in the world to get the ball over to first base and double, maybe triple look that runner back to third base.
So here's Hunter Oswald. Takes that one inside from Gust. Oswald today doubled in the third, walked in that 6-run first inning. Ball and a strike to Oswald.
Got this, Hunter. Come on, bud. Nobody better. Hit it hard somewhere.
There's a strike on the outside corner, 1-2. Gust and the Huskies, one strike away from getting out of this mess. Bottom 5. Gorman trying to frame that pitch, but it was well outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Strike 3 called. Aaron Gust records the strikeout. Raiders strand a runner at third. We're through 5 complete here at Buchholz Park. Hudson 7, Eau Claire North 0. You're watching WIAA Division I Sectional Championship Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Give Dad the ultimate gift this Father's Day with Skill Power Tools from Menards. They're built for power, precision, and portability. From drills and drivers to sanders and saws, Skill delivers advanced performance and durability with the convenience of cordless technology. Plus, the PowerCore 20 battery powers every Skill 20-volt tool for ultimate versatility. Get this Skill 20-volt cordless drill driver kit for $64.96 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Security needs to be at the top of the list when it comes to your family, home, and lifestyle. Our focus is providing your family with peace of mind by offering state-of-the-art systems that blend convenience and security into one. It all starts with our security system, which lets you add control of lights, door locks, thermostats, and more. You can control all of them with your touchscreen keypad or your mobile phone. With this state-of-the-art system, home control can be adjusted to your lifestyle automatically.
It's state-of-the-art security that fits into your lifestyle and your life. Give us a call today to learn more.
Bruce Orthodontics provides comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They are now accepting new patients at their Marshfield office, and they take most insurances. At Bruce Orthodontics, they are changing lives, one smile at a time. Set up a free consultation today. Eau Claire North will send up 3, 4, 5 in their batting order. Jack Gorman, Aiden Pankratz, Paxton Bush against the righty Mitchell Anderson, who scattered 4 hits through 5 shutout innings. Gorman, a pair of fly ball outs in this game. Chops that one foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lifted in the air to right. Hunter Oswald makes the grab for out number 1. 3 fly ball outs in this game for Gorman. Here's Aiden Pankratz, 0 for 2 with the pair of strikeouts looking. Curveball over for strike 1. One ball, 1 strike. Huskies had that big 6th inning in their sectional semifinal win over DC Everest. That's a game that the Huskies trailed 6-0.
Till they sent 14 batters to the plate and tallied 8 times.
Yeah, that's after they picked up a single run in the 5th. But right here, Pankratz rung up for a 3rd time today. 2 outs. Here's Paxton Bush.
Designated hitter, Paxton Bush.
Bush has been on twice. Walked in the 2nd. Tripled in the 4th.
Anderson's velocity still works good. I mean, his pitch count is in order for this late in the game. Doesn't look at all like he's getting late in his afternoon. Instead, it's the exact opposite. It's getting late for the Huskies. 4 more outs to work with in their season.
.1-0 pitch. Ripped to right. Play at first. And then we have a collision. Bush is down. And he's going to need some assistance over there at first. Athletic trainer and head coach Jordan Fish going over to check on the DH Paxton Bush, who hit that one right on the barrel. It's a one-hop liner out to Hunter Oswald in right field. And he made the throw to first. Bennett Brathwell, the first baseman, was there. Unfortunately, Bush was there. The ball and Bush arrived at about the same time. It's one of those unfortunate plays. So while they attend to Paxton Bush, we will step aside to hear some messages from our sponsors. 7-0 Hudson leading Eau Claire North as we play in the top of the 6th. You're watching Sectional Championship Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
I got referred to the orthodontist and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Ruth Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free.
For the North Huskies, Paxton Bush, after that base hit, able to walk off the field under his own power. We will get a runner over at first.
Running at first base.
That's Colin Lazat.
Number 24, Colin Lazat.
Paxton Bush looks like he's moving okay as he heads into the dugout.
Lazat, a 2-sport athlete at North, played on the Huskies hockey team. Zach Shipman will come to the plate. Shipman, the junior, 3-sport athlete, played on the basketball team. He's getting some looks at the next level in football. Shipman takes low, ball 1. Shipman 0 for 2 in this ball game. Huskies looking to get on the board. Big cut by Shipman, foul tip out of the glove of Logan Hagman. Look at this Raiders roster, 5 seniors, 8 juniors, 2 sophomores, and the sophomores are Hagman, the catcher, and Mark Souza, the left-hander who threw an outstanding game in that first sectional semifinal.
Hudson, and you see them more than I do, has an outstanding athletic department, top to bottom. They play state-level sports in many different sports.
Baseball being one, hockey being another.
Football is good year after year, too.
That's right.
Hudson boys basketball seems to compete from one year to the next.
One-two pitch is low. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Well, essentially, Hudson's a St. Paul suburb. It just happens to be on the east side of the St. Croix River. But that whole St. Croix County has grown by leaps and bounds over the years. And schools like Hudson, River Falls, New Richmond, athletic programs are the beneficiary of all that population growth. Swing and a miss. Anderson strikes out Shipman. Huskies are retired in their half of the 6th. Raiders coming to bat when we return. You are watching WIAA Division I Sectional Championship Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, I'm Josh Sparks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
It's been a long day, but a good day for the Hudson Raiders fans. Raiders won the first sectional semifinal, defeating Chippewa Falls 13-3 in 6 innings. Now the Raiders in the sectional championship leading Eau Claire North 7-0. Bottom of the 6th, top of the order coming up for the Raiders: Sam Manchester, Sam Abrahamson, Logan Hagman.
We talked about the success that the Hudson Athletic Department has had in multiple sports. Look at the facilities. I mean, Hudson School has been completely rebuilt. I remember when the construction project was there, it took a year and a half. But the rebuild and some of the beneficiaries have been that gymnasium, that basketball facility is tremendous. The football facility at Hudson is outstanding. How do you get the kids to come out? How do you get a growing school district? You're right, a lot of parents in the Hudson School District, they probably have jobs in the Twin Cities. But if you say, gee, I don't want to raise my kid in a big city, Hudson looks like one of the most appealing suburbs that you could imagine.
Cashton Canes, the throw not in time to get Manchester. And Manchester, with the ball rolling all the way to the fence in front of the Hudson dugout, will take second base. So Abrahamson will come to bat. The runner in scoring position. Nobody out, bottom 6.
Second baseman, Sam Abrahamson.
Abrahamson. A walk, a run scored, a double, and a fly ball out. It was Abrahamson who hit that double in the 4th, but was thrown out trying to stretch it to a triple on an 8-6-5 putout by the Huskies. Swing and a miss. Aaron Gust pulling the string there on Abrahamson.
Other teams going to state, the Edgar Wildcats are there. They beat Salon Springs Northwood 14-1, so Edgar tacked on runs late in that game. Vercelli is through to state too. They beat Lena 8-1. Earlier score that's in Hamilton goes to state over Germantown 2-0.
Abrahamson hit by the pitch. 2 on, nobody out, and Logan Hagman coming to the plate. Double and a run scored. 2 runs scored, actually. He's also walked twice.
In this 7-0 game, Hagman at the plate represents the 10-run rule runner. He's in the batter's box now.
In the sectional semifinal win over Chippewa Falls, Hagman hit an absolute bomb to left field for a homer. Some of the Stevens Point folks said that's his deep a home run as they've seen at this park.
We should thank our host, Stevens Point Area Senior High School. Spash has been hosting a couple of sectional finals. They hosted the softball finals, too, earlier last week. You know what one of the challenges is for Spash, and Spash has an outstanding athletic department. Spash doesn't own, the school district itself doesn't own many of their facilities. They play football over at Gorky Field, city-owned facility. Buchholz Park here is also run by the city. So that's a different level of coordination when you host, say, a tournament like this. Spash has done it well for us.
2-1 now to Logan Hagman. And one of the challenges is if you look at the geography of this sectional, there's not a facility in any sport literally in the middle of all the teams in this section. Hagman takes inside, 3-1. You get the Big River schools, so Big River stretches almost to, well, pretty much to the St. Croix River with Hudson and River Falls. And you get the Eau Claire schools, Chippewa. You throw in Superior up there in the Twin Ports. Then you got the Wisconsin Valley schools. There's a strike from Gus. Oh, bottom line, someone at some point is going to be traveling.
That's always made the football realignment tricky, too, that the larger schools in central Wisconsin, there are only a handful of them. Also west, UC Everest, Spash, Wisconsin Rapids, that you have to find other larger schools for them to play. So you either look west or you look east. And now the 10-run rule runner is aboard.
Hagman gets plunked on a breaking ball that didn't break. They are loaded up for Jace Matazinski. Jordan Fish, the head coach, is going to go talk to his senior right-hander, Aaron Gust.
Gust has not really been in any kind of trouble. Gust is not allowed to run. None of the 7 runs on the board are on his ledger.
Jace Matazinski, 1 for 3. RBI single in the second. He also stole a base. Huskies going to make a pitching change here. Jace Matazinski will have the bases loaded in the potential winning run over there at first base. Mentioned this in the earlier Hudson sectional semifinal. I probably mention it every time I see Jace Matazinski play. His mom is one of the best female athletes in Hudson High School recent history. Corinne Matazinski, who back in the day was Corinne Von Wald, all-state basketball player, a couple state tournament trips for the Hudson Raiders girls basketball team and led them to a state title when she was a senior. Went on to play at the University of Minnesota. Lindsay Whalen was her backcourt mate. Janelle McCarville was the center. Now you got McCarville coaching girls basketball at Spash.
Athletes beget athletes, don't they?
There's something to be said for that. There's also something to be said for guys like us who've been covering this for decades, eons.
I am just at the point now where some high school athletes whose games I've covered move on to coaching or have kids of their own. I don't think I've yet gotten to the point where it's a kid who's playing whose mom or dad that I remember doing their games. It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
Time works that way.
When the grandkids of players I've covered start playing, then I know I've been at this a long time. New pitcher for the Eau Claire North Huskies. It'll be Cameron Buckman. Fourth guy to work for North in this game. Here's Jace Matazinski.
Still nobody out. And the runner to watch is that runner at first base. If he comes around to score, our game comes to an early end.
And the Huskies have to bring the infield in. Buckman delivers inside to Matazinski. Caleb Moss now over at first base for the Huskies. Swing and a miss. Buckman pulling the string there. Matuszynski way ahead of that one. Matuszynski was trying to end it in one swing. Lined to right center. One run is in. Here comes a second run, and the Raiders lead it 9-0. Manchester scoring, Abrahamson scoring. Matuszynski knocks in a pair. And with Hagman on third, representing the winning run, Bennett Brathel has a chance to send the Hudson Raiders to the state tournament. Matuszynski is just going to take a little jog down to second. That is the dictionary definition of defensive indifference.
Hudson looking to play 2 just 6-inning games today.
Brathel takes a strike. Brathel 1 for 2, also walked and scored in that 6-run first. Pitch from Buckman gets away. Here comes Hagman. And the Hudson Raiders win the sectional title. And they are headed to the WIAA state tournament in Division I for a second straight season. Hudson Raiders in 6 innings knock out the Eau Claire North Huskies 10-0.
So these are teams that met 3 times during this baseball season. Hudson took 2 out of 3.
Both teams getting a well-deserved round of applause. It's the Hudson Raiders, the 1 seed in this sectional bracket. They get it done. Came from behind in a regional final to beat Stevens Point in a 5-3 ball game. And they defeated Chippewa Falls 13-3 in 6 innings. And then knocked out Eau Claire North 10-0, also 6 innings.
Yeah, I think this ending feels a little bit different for both teams. Hudson, because they've been ranked the entire season, Hudson, I think, is right where they expected to be, that they've had their sights set on state for a long time this year. Eau Claire North played their better baseball later in the year. Of course, you're disappointed when you lose, but Eau Claire North is going to look back at how far they got this season, and I think they're going to be very satisfied with it.
Silas Heisler, grand slam in the first inning. And the pitcher, Mitchell Anderson, made it hold up. Throws a 5-hit shutout. Coming up next, the postgame show brought to you by Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Rely on the experience of our sports medicine team when you have any sports-related injury or issue. You can count on a prompt, proper diagnosis and a customized treatment plan to meet your goals. Their athletic trainers and orthopedic surgeons serve your athletes in Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls, and western Wisconsin.
Hip impingement and hip labral tears are common causes of hip and groin pain and are often the result of repetitive use from crouching sports or trauma. Today, we are visiting Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Dr. Carlson, a partner with Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, is in the forefront of using a newer procedure called hip arthroscopy, which allows minimally invasive access to a joint and treatments to problems never addressed before. Using hip arthroscopy, Dr. Carlson is able to repair tissue without dislocating the hip and without replacing it.
Hip arthroscopy is where a surgeon takes a camera on the end of a long wand, which we call a scope, and through a small poke hole incision in your skin, delivers that scope into a joint. In this particular case, we're talking about hip arthroscopy, where that scope would be put in the hip joint. The hip joint first has to be dislocated or the ball and socket pulled apart. When that's pulled apart, we can access the joint and look around and do the work we're talking about doing. Once inside the joint, through other portals, we call them, those poke holes that we use to access the joint, we can use other instruments, again on the end of a long wand, to perform the work inside the joint. Things like repairing the cartilage rim of the socket, called a labrum, fixing cartilage defects or problems on the head of the ball or the lining of the socket, repairing tissue around the hip, such as ligaments or capsule, repairing tendons that attach to the hip, or releasing them if need be, depending on the particular problem.
Dr. Carlson's goal is to eliminate the segment of untreated patients or patients with delayed treatment who have curable hip pathology, educating potential patients and their providers that these symptoms are not things they need to live with or that they are not from their back or groin pulls or early arthritis. Few orthopedic surgeons are operating on hips through a scope because it is a newer and technically difficult surgery. Therefore,
Number 14, Nathan Brukowitz. Number 15, Aaron Gus. Number 16, Tony Sullivan. Number 17, David Thomas. Number 18, Cameron Oakland. Number 19, Mike Olson. Number 21, Jimmy Leo. Number 23, Brad Dillon. Number 24, Alan Ellis. Now, Oak North coach Jordan Fish, please step forward to receive your sectional runner-up plaque. Next, congratulations to the Hudson Raiders on winning the sectional championship and advancing to the WIAA Division I state tournament. Championship medal. Number 1, Steele Comey. Number 2,
Give me 2 numbers. Okay.
Number 4,
Okay. All right.
Number 6, Owen Gordon. Number 7, Daniel Anderson. Number 8, Maddie Henson. Number 9, Silas Wilson. Please step forward to receive your sectional championship plaque.
All right, congrats, coach. You got the packet, so just get yourself organized. Good luck down there.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Right here, just right here, we're looking towards the pole. There you go.
Yeah, right over there.
Looking pole. Go ahead, Bob. You're good.
All right, Bob Radovich here with winning head coach Brent Blagan. A long day, but a really good day for Hudson Raiders baseball. You had to play 2 conference rivals, teams that know you well, you know them well. Would you ever have expected a couple of run-roll games?
No. I think our offense is there. I think our pitching is there. I think our defense is there. I think all those 3 aspects are there for that to happen. But we play those guys twice a year. They're always competitive with us. To think that it wasn't going to be anything but a tight game, I think we would have been mistaken if we would have thought that. But unbelievable proud of our guys. Just they showed up. This is as good as a baseball as we played all year, and they picked a great day to do it. So
I was going to ask you, what phase of the game are you most proud of? Is it the pitching, the hitting, or the defense?
Oh boy, I don't know. I just told the other coaches we got through a sectional day, 2 games, and we used 2 pitchers. That's big. We had a full slate of bullpen guys we had ready to go. We didn't have to use them today. Our bats came alive, and it wasn't just like the heart of the order bats. I mean, Silas Heisler, monster game. Hit the Grand Slam in game 1, had a big hit in Grand Slam game 2, monster hit in game 1. Defensively too. I mean, I don't know that we had 1 error, maybe.
0 errors officially.
Unbelievable. Like all 3 phases, and this is what this is what we see with these kids do every day. And to have them come out and show like this, it's unbelievable. So proud of them.
Going back to the state tournament, back-to-back for the Raiders, what did you gain from that experience last year that you think might help you this time around?
I think experience. Like, I think last year going there was kind of winning, you know what I mean? Like, and just the experience of, like, when we walk into the stadium, it's not going to be new. When we check into the hotel, it's not going to be new. When I go home tonight or wake up in the morning and all of the admin stuff that we have to take care of before we go, that's not new. Like, just the experience of having done it once is big. Having the experience of a lot of these kids on the roster playing in that game last year, and a lot of us feeling like we have unfinished business. So.
All right, Coach, congratulations. Go enjoy this one with your program. Thank you, Brent.
Yep, thank you.
All right, we're going to bring in a couple of players, Mitchell Anderson and Silas Heisler. Mitchell, let's start with you holding that plaque right there. Mark Souza gave you a great outing in Game 1. Now you took the mound in Game 2. You're taking on a North team that the last time you played them, they won it 9-0 at Carson Park. What was your mindset when you took the mound here in the first inning?
Yeah, it's the same mindset every time. You know, I go out there trying to trust my defense, let them do the work. I just throw the ball in the strike zone. That's all I need to do.
Tell me about that defense, because it seems like at times this year the defense it seems like the errors come in bunches, but today, lockdown defense in 2 games.
Absolutely, yeah. No, our defense, I like to say we're one of the best in the state defensively. You know, I mean, it's one of the greatest defenses I could ask for. These guys behind me are awesome. They're incredible. I trust them with everything.
Silas Heisler, you come up to bat, bases loaded in the first inning of this game. What are you thinking?
First game I was able to get some timely hits despite not having the best contact, so I felt like I had a lot more to give this game and was able to get a nice high and inside pitch, get a barrel on it. Felt great.
Guys are going back to state. I'm sure last year was a big thrill. What's it like this time around, knowing that you're going back to Appleton?
Yeah, it's even more special. I was able to be a part of last year's team. Wasn't really a starter, just came in every once in a while. So just being able to contribute every day to this team has been so special, and we're so excited to make it even farther than last year.
Coach said unfinished business. Is players thinking of that too?
Absolutely, yeah. Unfinished business. Job's not done.
All right, you gentlemen are in the Zaleski Sports Highlight House. We got a camera over on that pole there. I'm going to hold this, or I'm going to give that to you, and I'm going to get the heck out of the way because I think something is afoot back here. But you know how the Highlight House thing works, right? You say your name, and we're in the house. Okay, you got that? All right. You're over there. I'm getting the heck over here.
I'm Mitchell Anderson.
I'm Silas Heisler.
And we're in the house.
Thank you, gentlemen. All right.
I better get out of your way. I'm just here for the picture.
Well, let's hear.
Yeah, you're good. Slap the windscreen on, off you go.
All right. So that will do it from Bucco Park in Stevens Point. We thank all of you for joining us, our entire Zaleski Sports crew. We had a great time bringing you 3 games today. Hudson Raiders win the sectional championship. They are off to the WIAA state tournament. For Chris Conley, for Jason Zaleski, our entire crew, I'm Bob Bradovich saying good afternoon from Bucco Park in Stevens Point.